Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're ready for a big week in the stock market because we have a lot going on. Like I covered yesterday, we have 10 companies that I'm looking at least reporting earnings this week. And in this video, we have to break down what else I'm looking at. We have Apple's fall product launch event this week. We have the BOC, the Bank of Canada, and the European Central Bank. Both of them are looking to increase rates this week. We got a lot to break down in this video, so sit back, relax, take a sip of whatever you got. In this case, I have some Diet Coke, guys, today. I'm drinking a Diet Coke. Tomorrow, don't worry, though. We're back to the coffee. So sit back, relax. Make sure to get your 13 stocks from Moomoo and your 12 stocks from Webull. Link down below. And do not forget to subscribe to my second channel that I just started, Stas Talks Money. Linked right down below. Again, all those are in the description box. And with that being said, let's dive into the video. So right now, it is Monday. It's Monday at about 2:15 p.m. on the East Coast, and you know that today is Labor Day. The stock market is closed. All the major financial institutions are closed today, right, as it's a holiday. And the futures market, which has been trading here for a good amount of time, over the past couple of hours, we have the S&P futures up. All the futures are up, actually, if we look at this. We have the S&P futures up 0.3%, up about 12 points as of right now. And we have the Russell futures. If I pull these up, they're up even more. And I think on Friday, what did the Russell go down? If I remember correctly, it did not do well at all on Thursday and Friday. But it looks like it's rebounding a little bit right now. Russell futures are up 0.65%. Up about 11 points. We have the NASDAQ futures. If I pull these up, they're up 0.25%. Nothing crazy. Up about 30 points as the Dow futures are up 0.4%. Up a little over 120 points. Now, does this mean we're going to have a nice, green, awesome day tomorrow, a whole green week? It doesn't mean that, guys. All it means is we're getting a little bit of consolidation. Maybe the start of... We can't even say it's the start of a relief rally because we're not really getting a huge breakout quite yet. But let's just say the markets are cooling off a little bit. They're consolidating as of now based on the futures, after last week, which last week was a freaking bloodbath, especially on Friday. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here. As the futures are trading, and of course, we'll see tomorrow morning what's going on, throughout the day. Make sure to subscribe to this channel because we're going to be doing updates like we do every single day that the market is open. So that's what I'm seeing with the futures now. And for this week in general, guys, we have a couple of things to look at. We have on Wednesday, the Fed. We have, a speech from the Vice Chair, Lael Brainerd, on Wednesday. I think it's at 12 p.m. or is it at 12 p.m., obviously not 12 a.m. at midnight. 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, I believe. I have to double check that. But this is going to be a speech at the Economic Outlook and Monetary Policy at the Clearinghouse and Bank Policy Institute annual conference in good old New York, guys. And we have news, or not really news, but there's a lot of, people patiently awaiting here, let's just say, for the European Central Bank and the Bank of Canada, which they'll be meeting on Wednesday and Tuesday, or rather Thursday, respectively, with officials widely expecting them to raise interest rates. And you guys know here in the United States, the Fed here, Jerome Powell, they have been raising rates, and they seem pretty hawkish, considering in that speech about a week ago, which tanked the markets. I'm sure you guys remember that day. Ever since that day, he was very hawkish. The markets have not been doing well. They've been very rocky, and the truth is, what is really new? Isn't that what we've been expecting? Maybe some people were pricing in, the fact that maybe he wouldn't have been this hawkish, or, in September, right? A lot of people were pricing in maybe by September, October, maybe rate hikes would be over. Maybe we'd start even maybe not cutting, but, just cooling off with the rate hikes. But he seems like he's pedaled to the metal even here in September, probably going to be heading into the next couple of months as well. So the markets are starting to price that in, maybe. Just a thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to get your 13 stocks from Moomoo. Each of those could be valued up to $2,000 with a $100 deposit. Link down below. Or you guys can go to StasSurfS.com/Moomoo. So let's talk about Apple, because this week, a lot of pressure's on Apple's back. They have the fall product launch event on Wednesday, September 7th, which I believe this is, crap, I should have wrote down the time. I forget what time this is at, but typically, is it at maybe noon? Maybe noon Pacific time, maybe about 9 a.m. on the East Coast. I don't know. I got to double check that. Or I flipped those times. I mixed that up. Whatever. You guys got to go look it up. But this Wednesday, just know, we have Apple's fall product launch event. And unlike 2020 and 2021, this is going to be in person at the company's Cupertino headquarters, and I don't even know how to say that word. I've seen that word before, or that place, because it's Apple's headquarters, but I never really knew how to say it. I probably just butchered it. But Apple is expected to roll out 2 new iPhones at this event, a new watch, and potentially a new AirPod device, new AirPod devices, maybe plural, maybe a couple, who knows, right? Updates on Apple's Mac and iPad lines are expected next month as well, and it might be my time soon here, maybe not this year, but next year, for a new MacBook Pro. Typically, I don't know, my strategy with these laptops, guys, is to run them for about 2 to 3 years. I've recently just got one. This thing's not even that old. I mean, it's pretty good. It's got years of life left. But my strategy has been run them for 2-3 years, sell them for maybe half the price or whatever when they're still decent, and then just upgrade to the new one. I might do that again. I might wait a year. We shall see. But there are updates coming on the Mac and iPad lines next month. So I'm assuming at some point in October, right? And the biggest change to the iPhone 14, I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but the biggest change right now is they eliminated the 5.4-inch iPhone mini. The tiny iPhone that I personally never even held it. I like the bigger iPhones I have. This is the 13 here, and yes, that's my dog right there. You guys see that dog? She is yawning in that picture. Yeah, she was just yawning, and I caught her perfectly. Look at that. Boom. But I have the 13, and I think it's great. And it's the bigger one. I forget what it's called. The Pro Max, whatever the heck it's called. And the little phone, it was 5.4 inches. It did not do well. It was discontinued because of lackluster sales. And at the end of the day, guys, Apple is clearly a business that's in it to make money. Obviously, every business needs to make money to survive. And if they see something in their business not doing well, underperforming, it's more of a drag on the business than it's helping the business. They're just going to cut it, and that's what they're doing now. They're eliminating the 5.4-inch iPhone mini because of the lackluster sales, and Apple's replacing the 5.4-inch phone with a larger 6.7-inch model, so that's pretty big, right? Probably the size of this, maybe even bigger. I don't even know. We'll see, and again, this is the iPhone 13. I'm probably not going to get the 14. I'm not one of these guys that's getting the new phone every year. I mean, are you? Is that what you guys do? Let me know in the comments. No shame. I mean, seriously, let me know in the comments. What do you do? Do you buy the new phone every year, or are you a more every other year type of person? Me, I'm more every other year. Maybe, back, a couple of years ago, I mean, there was a gap where I had the iPhone 5, and I waited like 3-4 years with it. I don't even remember how long it was, but it was a pretty long gap. But now, these days, it's pretty much every 2 years. And we'll see. Maybe at some point I'll be getting them every year. I don't know. But as of now, I think they last very nicely for 2 years. And the iPhone maker is the most heavily, if you guys didn't know this, and by the way, there's going to be 4 models of the iPhone 14. And Apple, I'm sure a lot of you knew this, but maybe you didn't, they're the most heavily weighted component of the S&P 500, accounting for more than 7% of the index. So we're looking at the biggest company in the S&P 500. I mean, 7% of the index. We're going to get a lot of information at this fall product event. We'll see what the stock does. You guys get what where I'm going with this. If Apple stock ends up collapsing, let's say, for example, that's going to have a negative weighting on the overall stock market because, again, 7%, it's 7% of the S&P 500. But granted, we have Apple stock down already about 12% over the past couple of weeks, during this whole sell-off that we've been seeing. If I pull this chart up, you'll see. Look at that. We have Apple. It was at $175. It's down to $155 now. It's down 12%. So how bad could it really get? I mean, is there going to be anything really disappointing in this fall product launch? The event coming up that's going to send it down even more? We shall see, guys. But overall, at this point, technicals are clearly in the favor of the bears. We have a head and shoulders. We're clearly under the moving averages here on the 4-hour chart. And we have a death cross that's about to happen by the looks of it. And that is the 50 crossing under the 180 SMA, which you guys can see these two moving averages here on the 4-hour, they're about to meet. So time will tell, guys. Time will tell. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to be too long in this video. We're about 10 minutes in. Perfect. All I really wanted to cover is a little bit of news coming up. European Central Bank, Bank of Canada, a little bit on the Fed there, what to look out for. And I really wanted to focus on Apple and break down, kind of some points coming up here, which I think we did well in this little 10, 11-minute video. So if you all found value, all I ask, hit that like button, subscribe, get your 13 stocks from Moomoo and your 12 stocks from Webull. All those are linked down below. And feel free to subscribe to my second channel. I just started. I think we have 35 subscribers, which is solid. Pretty solid. Check it out. Link down below. It's called Stas Talks Money. And we're going to do more general finance content on that channel. Really not just focused on the stock market, but finance in general. Topics that really I feel like I want to keep this, stock market channel. These are topics that I want to focus on a different channel, right? The way YouTube works, we're not going to get into that in this video. But the way YouTube works is if you're a niche, you're in one niche on one channel, and you're that's all you're doing, right? And then you throw something different at it, it screws up the algorithm, right? That's what I've learned over the past couple of years, really the past 1-2 years. So I made a separate channel. So check that out, link down below. I'll catch you guys later.